And that's what I think is so important to remember, that you are worth celebrating. Your life is worth celebrating, and all those things that you've accomplished, all those things that you've done and worked for, no matter how small, are worth celebrating every day.
Hi, welcome to Simply Intentional. My name is Katie. I'm on a journey to live my most fulfilling life and hopefully inspire others to do the same. Come along as I figure out my 30s one day at a time, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my adventures.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. If you are returning, then happy to see you again. If you're new here, welcome. We chat about capitalism, we talk about things that white girls with nose rings love to go on about, you know, the usual. I also have a blog, it's linked down below if you want to check that out. But welcome back. We are hopefully in what will be the last throes of winter in February. It is deceptively sunny here on the West Coast, which is getting to me because it looks stunning, want to go outside, should be beautiful. It was minus 12 with the wind chill. I had to get my groceries delivered because there was absolutely no way I was going out. And I don't have a car right now. My license is expired. That's the whole thing that I'm working on because I should be a functional adult once again. But yeah, so I wasn't going outside and got my coffee and some pickles delivered. It was literally like 5 things of groceries, but well worth it because I had not left my house in 2 days. And so today I did have to go out and get stuff to do some baking for a family dinner. Anyways, I think I'm going to be switching things up a little bit on my channel, and maybe doing a vlog like once a month, and then just having like shorter chit chat videos like this. I just think these topics are worth like diving into, and I kind of feel like if I have like the first 2 to 3 minutes of the videos being the vlog, I don't know how many people are like continuing to watch into the part like where I actually want to discuss stuff. So we're gonna be switching that up. You'll probably see vlogs like once a month depending on how cool the things I'm doing that month are. I do have a couple of trips already planned this year that I'm pretty stoked about, so come along for that. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is this idea of celebrating our small wins. Something that I've talked about a lot on this channel is like trying to disengage from this like checklist of life that we've all sort of internalized. It looks different for everyone, like based on where they're from, based on lived experience, culture, all that kind of stuff. We all have these internalized lists of like what we should be doing, the things we should have accomplished by a certain age. And I think that a lot of those things can be absolutely wonderful, life-affirming things. You have to examine that and look at how many of them align with your values, and then go from there. And I think something that we are intrinsically missing a lot of the time is celebrating our small wins. Celebrating the tiny moments that actually bring us joy day to day. Because like, yes, the big trips bring us joy. Yes, buying a brand new car may make you happy because it checks a box or it's safer for your family or whatever it might be. But I think we get hung up on these big milestones, and especially like with social media, and I'm super guilty of this, is only posting like the biggest things that happen and then not posting like your day-to-day life. And I'm trying to get away from that and trying to like post more like authentically and not trying to like think about who's looking at it. Like, I'm trying to approach social media and this channel and that kind of stuff in a way of like, this is a record for me. I love engaging with people on these topics, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. But for me, this is a record, especially like Instagram or whatever. These are things that I can look back on. I can look back on the reels that I've made 5-10 years from now and remember the things that I want. I remember how I felt in that moment. I can look back on these videos even from when I started the like internalized capitalism series and see the evolution of my thoughts. And I can see how I'm progressing and how my opinions have grown and changed. And so that's sort of what I want to encourage more people to do is celebrate the little things. Like if you decided to learn how to bake a cake, if you decided to take a cross stitch, or if you decided that you were going to hit a personal best in the gym, whatever it is, like the incremental steps that get you there are worth celebrating too. And sometimes it's not as glamorous as all of that. Sometimes it might be something simple as like learning to drive again at 35, which is slightly embarrassing, but like don't come for me on that one. I hate it, it scares me. But I think if we can come to a place of celebration for our small moments and celebrating how we're growing, understanding that we are evolving, changing creatures, and these journeys are so inherently beautiful, and that they should be the focus of what we're doing, not the end result. I think ultimately we're going to be able to have more gratitude for our day-to-day things. And it's something that I've talked about before, but this idea of like, I will be happy when I achieve this. I will be content with my life when this happens, or I buy this, or I'm making this much money. And yes, like these sorts of things, if your car sucks and it's breaking down and getting a new one's going to be great. If you're struggling to make ends meet and you get a new job, that's going to alleviate a lot of stress. But what you have to be careful of is when you're setting those goals on something in the future, you're enforcing the idea for yourself that this is not good enough and that you can't be happy now because happiness will come at the end of the journey. And it's something that I've definitely struggled with because like I've had a lot of great opportunities in my life, but there's a lot of milestones that you sort of think of, at least for me, like internalized with how I grew up and where I grew up and the kind of people I went to school with and where I went to school and that kind of stuff. There's these milestones that we're not hitting. And I think it's 50-50 of like feeling judged from my peers and judging myself, like when it comes to, for example, home ownership. I don't own a home. I'm not interested in purchasing anything right now or doing any of that, like, and for a number of reasons. One, I don't know where ultimately I want to live, so buying something here and now doesn't make sense. And two, there's a lot of other responsibilities and things that come with home ownership that I'm not interested in taking on at this point in my life. I love to travel. I want to have the freedom to say, like, I want to move here in 6 months and then just go. And you don't have that. And if you're investing properly in the market, then you're sitting in a home for X number of years, right? And I'm going to be 35 this year. And so it feels kind of weird to still be like single, childless, don't own a home and all that stuff. But ultimately it works for me, right? I'm happy. And that's the key thing. And I spend time every single day recognizing that what I have is such an abundance. And I think that the more we can sit with that gratitude for what we do have and stop internalizing this idea of what we should have or what we should be doing, I think that's going to be really important for us individually and collectively, because the more we can mirror that behavior for others and the more that we can pump each other up over small wins, then that's amazing. Like, I have a friend of mine, she's living on her own for the first time, collecting things, she's decorating her home, and each time she like brings another piece into her home and I see it bringing her joy, I think that's amazing. These are these small incremental things. I wanted a new bed, I got a new bed, it's got pink fuzzy pillows, it's got all this stuff, and that made me happy. It's not really a big milestone, but it's mine and I liked it. That's something that I've been doing a lot lately, is just kind of figuring out, you know, I've gone through a bit of a weird 12 months and I, you know, a year ago had a completely different plan of what my life was going to look like, and since September I've really been having to readjust what that looks like, and that's been super scary and super fun. And for me, celebrating the little moments that I wake up and everything's peaceful and I spend a day exactly how I want, and I think that is as equally important as a big ticket purchase or getting a new job, which I recently did and was very excited about, so that's fun. We can celebrate that too. But what if the moments in your life that you celebrated, that you shone the spotlight on, that you texted your best friend about, what if it was seeing a cloud that was like perfectly beautiful, or going out for a quick lunch but having it be one of the most like deep and meaningful conversations about the meaning of life that you've ever had? Is that not equally as precious to your development? Is that not the sort of thing that like makes your soul sing? And I think that we need to appreciate what we have more, and I think by shining more of a light on those special small things that we're able to do that. And I'm going to be really helpful as you live more intentionally, that when you recognize the little things that are bringing you joy, when you see that incremental growth, then you're going to be positive. Like, I've had this channel now, it'll be 2 years next month. Whoa, Whoa, 2 years next month. And my channel has not grown rapidly. I didn't, do any of the things, but it's consistently growing. I'm consistently getting 1 or 2 more subscribers a month. Hello, welcome. And I'm consistently getting more engagement with my posts and those kinds of things, and that's encouraging. And I'm not trying to make a living doing this. I'd love to get the money back I pay for my website. But that's not the focus of what I'm doing. I do this for fun. And so I think those small milestones of something that I'm just doing because it brings me joy and it makes me feel good to talk about this stuff. And honestly, like half of this is sort of an online word journal where I just spew my thoughts and try and edit them into a coherent video later. It's helpful, right? And that incremental growth you have in your life too. If you took up biking recently and you were able to cycle 1 kilometer more than you did a month ago, then that's great. And even like maintaining a baseline, if you just consistently get out and do something 20 minutes a day, you're gonna get better at it every time. You don't have to dedicate 40 hours a week to something and be the best and get A+ in everything you do to make it worthy. If it feeds your soul and if you feel good about it, even if it's just something small as I got up every day this week and I brushed my teeth and that's something you struggle with, hell yeah, man, worth it. Absolutely worth celebrating. And so that's what I want you guys to take away from this. Get out there and understand that your life is precious and wild and crazy and everyone feels like a mess and no one feels like an adult and none of us know what we're doing. We're all doing our best and I want you to do your best and I want you to throw away the list of things that you should have been doing or that you ought to have checked off whatever other list someone made for you and get out there and do the stuff you love. Look at sunsets, pet a soft cat, and have the best day ever. Recognize that and a day spent entirely doing whatever you wanted to do in peace and quiet could be the best day of your life. Anyways, guys, that was a bit of a ramble, so thank you for coming along on this. I will have a video every 2 weeks. I'm really trying to commit to that this year. And I think there is a possibility that this format where I don't have to vlog and also do the chit chat part, we may be able to get videos out once a week. Let's see how that goes. We are coming up into warmer weather. So there might actually be more vlogging content because I'll be outside with humans and not, as always, me alone in my house with my hobbies, talking on my phone. I don't even have a cat anymore. I'm literally just by myself with way too many plants. But if you liked this video, please like it. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to my channel, and you can also check me out on Instagram and TikTok. TikTok is wildly unhinged. Please join me. And there is also a blog post linked down below. So I will catch you in the next one.